Yep, fuel truck just left here. That was quick service. I called them, oh, maybe about an hour ago, hour and a half ago, and they're already here. Let's see how bad the damage was here. We've got, what did we get? 598.5 gallons, $2,213.85. What was my price per gallon? $3.69.9 per gallon. Now that's off-road diesel, so I don't pay any of the highway taxes on that. So $3.69.9 per gallon on what is today, October 25th. So I guess I've got to work a little bit harder today to help pay for that fuel delivery this morning. All right, let's get into it. Got the grain drill hooked to the tractor because the farm I'm going to cut soybeans on today, I am going to plant some wheat, not the whole farm, just a couple of fields. So got this in here so I can get it ready. I got a pile of wheat over there. That's not going to be enough for what I want to plant, but that will get me started. The wind is blowing. It's 11:30. I think maybe beans have dried out enough. Yeah, still got a little bit of water on my shoe, but not a whole lot. I think by the time I get to the field, well, I can still see water on the grass there, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to the field and we're going to try it. This is the 50 feet I cut yesterday that I was talking about. Oh, but man, as I'm walking through this shady area here, it is still wet. And these were the soybeans that were between 5 and 6 feet tall. So with them being laid down, they're still going to be a little damp inside of there. But yeah, there's no crunching on my feet walking through here. Oh yeah, you can't even... See, that won't even, you can't hear it crack. You can't even open it with one hand hardly. So yeah, here in the shade, it's no bueno, but I think I'm going to make a pass down through the middle of this field. And you see how these soybeans are laying over. So without that snout on the other side yet, this is going to give me a fit. Because it's going to be difficult to see the track, my sprayer track going down through there. But hey, a thank you to the viewer who called me this morning to let me know that he had some snouts available. This viewer was up on the Maryland-Pennsylvania line. So I told him that if these kits that I bought were not going to work out in these soybeans, I would probably call him back about negotiating something with those used spouts that he has. He said they look like they're in good shape. So I appreciate all the viewers who have reached out to me. My kits have been shipped, but they were shipped freight, so I would like to think I could get them tomorrow or the next day, but who knows? We'll see how that goes. Let me jump on here and give something a whirl. Can you see over on that snout how those soybeans are dragging up around there? So now I just had to get a little bit past them. Oh, I didn't quite do it. Hold it. Let's try this again. Get them off of there. Inside there John Deere combine will not crack a walnut. You see, there's plenty of walnuts on the ground here. But this thing won't crack them. How about those red machines? Will they crack a walnut? I'm always amazed how a squirrel can get into a walnut. But I'm gonna have bruises on my fingers and fingernails that I'm gonna lose trying to crack a walnut open. It's crazy. How can a squirrel do it, but I can, or a combine can? Oh well. Things that make you go, Okay, can you see? Well, no, you can't because of the dust. We've got lots of wildlife here. We've got a deer coming through the opening up there, and down here on the ground we've got some kind of bird. Is it a hawk maybe? I don't think it's an eagle. I can still see the deer. It's just kind of watching me. It looks like a decent sized buck actually. And oh, that's just a hawk. And it's got a rabbit. That hawk has a rabbit. But it's going to have a difficult time getting it up. It looks like a decent sized rabbit, and it's trying. The deer is still over there watching the hawk, or watching me. I don't know. I better. Oh heck! And the hawk left. The deer has left, and because I was leaning forward in my seat with the camera, the header stopped. Well, we had some excitement there for a bit, boys and girls. I must have run over the rabbit. These beans are so thick that rabbit probably couldn't get out of them in time as I came along. And that's why I love what I do most days. Yesterday was not one of those days, but you just get to see so much out of these office windows here. It's just amazing. Mother Nature is amazing. And we're getting back to the end of the field where the hawk versus the rabbit was taking place. Let's see if that rabbit is still here. Yep, I think it's still there. The beans going in the tank are not matching the vines on the ground. I have gotten out and looked closely behind the combine thinking I'm throwing a lot away, and I'm not throwing any back on the ground. The beans just are not there. Nice looking vines, but the pods just are not fully filled out. A lot of pods with just 2 beans in them. Some with just 1, some with none. The beans don't have a good size to them, so that means with all of that combined, they're just not yielding like you think they would. We just needed maybe 2 more inches of rain at the right time. Maybe a little bit cooler weather at the right time. I don't know. Very disappointing. I'm not sure how well this will show up on the camera, but can you see the difference in the color of these beans versus those? So that prettier brown color, if brown is a prettier color, that color there. This is a low spot in the field where water likes to lay. In wet years, I have to leave this spot out. Well, since this was a dry year, those beans are just healthier beans, so we're getting into them now. And I think when I get to the end here, I'll get out and we'll look at them and see if there's a difference. Maybe this is a better view without dirty windows. This brown area here, a darker brown versus the lighter brown. So this is where the water will lay when it's wet. Well, not really lay, but it gets wetter, and there are years, as I said, that I can't plant through it. But then here's some lighter brown. So let's jump down here and look at them. All right, let's just grab one here at random. And let's just compare to see if there is a difference here. All right, I'm going to set that one down. And let's just go in here and pull one at random. Okay, so here's the drier one here. First pod I open, it's only got one bean in it. Now let's go over here to the good one. First pod I get. Look at that, 3 good beans in there. 3 good beans in there, no flat ones. All right, now that pod only has 1 in it. Nothing there. Back to here. This one. I'm gonna set you down so we can get a better look at this. Just some nasty looking beans. And I'm just choosing a pod. I'm not favoring anything here. One good one and a flat one. See that? That is a flat bean. There's really not a whole lot to it. All right, that had two small ones. That one is a little larger. And let's go back here to the bean with water. Crack this open. And look at that, three good beans. So this is the drier pod. Let me see if I can keep these 3 separate. You see the difference in these 3 here versus these 3 here. So in the lowland where the water lays a little bit and where the water didn't lay, or where we did not have enough rain, clearly a difference. So hopefully I've shown you what a little bit of difference the water makes. So you can really see the line here. They're still tall beans. They got the vine to them, you know, up to my chin here. When we get down here in where the water lays a little bit, you know, up to my nose. So really the vine height, not a difference in the vine height, but there's definitely a difference in the beans themselves. Okay, that's enough of me talking and trying to show you all the difference here. Let's get back on and do something. Hey, remember a couple days ago when I was telling you about the baking rampage my wife went on, and I mentioned the mini apple pie she made? Oh yeah, I've got one left, and I think it's time to have that one. Didn't she do a nice job with that? The fancy lattice work crust on the top. Good. Oh man, this is better than sex. Wow. And this is why I keep getting fat. Oh man. Wow. It's like an explosion in your mouth. It's a shame this is the last one. I think I'm going to have an orgasm right here. My goodness. Wow. This is good stuff here. Man. Did I tell you how good that apple pie was? Oh. Now I'm a bit mad she gave some away. I think she took some to work with her yesterday morning to get to her co-workers, damn it. I've got one more cookie left, the strawberry cookie. But I've got to slow my roll after that apple pie. Oh man, I'll save the cookie for a little bit later. Houston, we have a problem. My knife has stopped knifing, and I think I know what the issue is. I told you a couple days ago that this variety of soybeans was just tougher to cut, and I could tell the knife was struggling somewhat, and something tells me I just sheared the bolts over on that side. Yep, that's exactly what happened. And I just heard a noise, and I'd opened the door to listen for something, and then 30 seconds later the knife stopped turning. All right, I hope I have some bolts to go in there. This is not the first time this has happened. And oh no. Maybe I think I do have the bolts. Okay, I'm turning you off while I change these bolts. That was easy. Let's get back at it. And the knife is knifing again. Hey, maybe you've noticed I'm still wearing shorts. Here it is, October 25th, and it's still shorts weather. We had a high, let me look at my website here, my weather station at the farm. Currently 71 degrees. We've had a high of 75 degrees today. By Saturday, we could reach 80 degrees. That is just great weather for this late in October. We had a frost warning 2 nights ago, but we did not get any frost. So we're clear, looks like, for the next week as far as any frost goes. No rain for the next 5 days, so just perfect weather for harvesting soybeans. And the truck is loaded. You know, based on my calculation, 30, heck no, they're not even doing 30 bushels to the acre. Well, just about 30 bushels to the acre is all we're doing on these soybeans. That hawk is back over here in this corner. Yep, it's still got that rabbit trying to take off, and it got a good ways, but still not to the woods. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, that's a different rabbit. Because there's the rabbit that it originally had. Right there. So, I guess it found another dead rabbit. Interesting. Because I sure haven't seen the rabbits. This is a small field, about 7 acres. It's completely surrounded by trees. It's after 5 o'clock, so you can see the shade has covered the majority of this field. We'll see how long I can go before I can't go any farther. There's still a light breeze blowing, so maybe I can go another hour. Hopefully I can make at least a couple passes around the field, so I don't have to wait as long tomorrow morning or whenever it dries off. I'll have the passes around the field immediately next to the edge of the trees that, you know, take longer to dry off. Hopefully I'll get those done this evening. All right, these things are pushing up a little bit more. I'm starting to get some rat holes out here. I may have to call it quits real soon. I've got 4 passes all the way around the field, so that's going to help it drying out tomorrow. With the sun hitting what I have left. So hopefully I can get in here by 12 o'clock and start cutting tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, she's a little bit cleaner than she was. I'm taking the truck home, getting in my truck, headed up to my house, having a shower, some dinner, and then an adult beverage. So I'm going to say, see ya!